Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Nonnas. This is all going to be one take, so there's not going to be the, go to it and then come back to it. I already seen it from front to end. Once again, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, Havoc, I was displaced by my daughter. So I didn't have the comfort of the man cave of Kimmel's Irish Pub to watch this movie. I had to watch it upstairs. It is on Netflix. It's a 7.0 on there. I don't know how many people. My tablet, of course, has died, so I'm going to say 19,000. A lot of people have rated it a 7.0. Vince Vaughn is in it, and I avoided watching it because I didn't know if it was going to be great. I loved it. So drop it right there. It's about the Italian community in New York, the Bronx, Staten Island, and think about like Italian families and how they have great cooking. Their entire life. A bunch of people come over, they all eat, see many movies like that. And it's a real culture, and it connected with me. One of my uncles was very, very Italian. He's like kind of friend of the family type uncle. I'm not Italian at all, but he very, very Italian his entire life, and he would have loved this movie. He passed away, but he loved Italian food. He loved Italian cooking. He loved everything this movie was about. So it was really cool to see that. Anyway, Vince Vaughn, he has his mother, who does all this cooking, and Nonnas. And Nonnas are like grandmothers and mothers of Italian families that do all that kind of cooking. And so he grows up. A little later on in life, his mother passes away, of course. He inherits an insurance claim, whatever, $200,000. And he really wasn't doing it. He was like a mechanic for buses, but decides, I'm going to open up a restaurant in my mother's name, in her, for her. And so, and his thought is he's going to hire all these Nonnas to come in and do the cooking. Skip to the end. Not really a spoiler. This is not like a spoiler alert, but this is based on a true story. And the actual Joey, who was depicted, Vince Vaughn depicted, was actually in the film. So it was all about that. It was like 15 years ago. The restaurant's still open, but it's the trials and tribulations of opening a restaurant, which is difficult all on its own. And I speak about my uncle. Well, my in-laws have opened up an Italian pizza, to go restaurant, I guess, kind of thing. But they got it up and running, and they're making a lot of money, which is really cool. But it's not that easy. I'm not saying they had it easy, but they had to go through the same kind of things that you got to go through when you buy a building. You got to get it coded. You got to get all this stuff, right? Permits, all that stuff. I have no idea, but he went into it blind. But it shows all that. It shows, the backstories of the Nonnas, how they all come together. They're different grandmothers from different parts of Italy, so they don't like each other initially. They kind of fight, but then they become family, all that kind of stuff. So it is so who's in it? And I don't have my tablet to say their names, but I will say, obviously, Vince Vaughn is in it. The Hawkeye from Avengers, his wife is in it. Now, she's not one of the Nonnas. She's a niece of the Nonna, but she's in it. Goodfellas, the wife in Goodfellas, she's in it. She's one of the Nonnas. Adrian, Rocky's wife, she's in it. She's one of the Nonnas. So it was a really good cast. Sorry, I don't remember all their names, but it's neat because they pull in all these Italian actors who you've seen in all these different movies. The one guy who owns I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. The one guy who owns like a vegetable stand right there selling tomatoes. He's in everything. And you'll know him as soon as you see him. And I don't know his name off the top of my head. Joe Magnanelia, however you say that. He's in this as well. Sopranos, the girl from Sopranos, the wife of the one guy. Anna, I think, is her first name. She's in this. So just think of all the Italian actors that you like that you think could fit in this movie. They're probably in it. So a lot of fun. Like went into it, didn't think I'd like it that much. I did. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's a slight connection for me, and I'm sure others can really connect to this. Other people who maybe grew up in New York, who might be Italian. I'm not saying anybody's name, but I don't know if this resonates with you. But for anybody else, I think even if you don't have that connection, just to see that, it's fun to see, and it was worth watching on Netflix. Again, if you have a Netflix subscription, you've probably already seen it, but if you're putting it off like me, run, don't walk, and go see it. It was a quote in the movie, so I reused it. There you go. That's it. I'm sure that's been said a lot. Many times, many ways. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.